Are you happy, Ray?
I try to be.
I try to be happy. Why don't you just show us around and
Sure, I'll just start over here in this corner. I got this.
So this is your American flag?
Well, I got it in Hawaii it's a flag from the USS Missouri. On Veterans Day, they flew this flag, and now I just have all the veterans, active duty, police, fire, first responders that come to the shop sign it, and then
cool.
just leave it up there. But yeah.
How many people do you have working in your shop?
Right now there's 4 of us, including myself, and then I just added these 2 chairs, so we could have up to 6 of us, but right now there's 4.
Nice. And who is this character up on the...
Which guy?
This thing here.
Oh, this
what is
boar. I just thought I wanted one really bad when we opened.
Does it have a name?
No, just Boris, the boar. I don't know.
Boar.
I don't
the
have
boar.
it. Yeah, this is a boar head. But, and then one of our guys is a mailman, so I traded him a can of pomade for this.
You got a...
Yeah,
Is that a true antique or?
Well, yeah, the machine is. It's called an Artomat. There's a guy named Clark. I believe he's in North Carolina, but he repurposes these for selling art. So you put a token in and you pull the handle instead of a pack of cigarettes, you get a little piece of art. Just pick whatever one you want.
Go on then, pick one. You can put it back in later, yeah?
No, you can keep it. I'm gonna give
No,
you.
but that's $5 worth right there.
I'll get the $5. Oh wait, we'll do this one. So this is a barcode Elvis. Little flip book. Oh, that's weird. They're barcodes. How weird.
Barcode Elvis.
Yep, it's yours. Should be a souvenir.
I don't think I've ever had a barcode Elvis before.
Well, you do now.
And this is your phone there? That's pretty...
I got it at an antique store. I just always liked old phones like that, and it was in really good condition. It still has the guts inside it.
Does the ringer work?
Yeah. Turn it, rings. I just thought it was cool.
So when a customer comes in, I mean, what are you hoping they take away from?
I just hope they had a good time. I mean, obviously, I hope they enjoy the haircut and like coming here and talking to us.
And how do you think customers feel when they leave?
I think they feel better, especially right now. You know, I didn't realize like how important it was to some people until I was actually thinking about this with restaurants that I visit. I've been trying to go to these places, whether it's for takeout or whatever, to support them. But I kind of realized like people are doing that also for this business because it's important to their routine, or it's important to just how they feel about things, you know, that they don't want it to go away. You know, I feel like everybody's doing what they can to support the places they care about right now. So I appreciate that anybody's doing that. It's great.
Now, this wasn't your first barbershop, was it? What was that journey like for you?
Well, yeah, it was hard. I mean, I had that business, and then obviously, because all the guys that were working at that shop, including the guy I co-owned it with, were barbers, and that was still kind of, I mean, it's less nowadays, but you know, there was cosmetology, and then there was barbers. So I started in that, and I learned a lot of good things that I didn't even know I was learning until later. But that part of it was hard because I felt like almost embarrassed to tell people I was going to cosmetology school, especially where I left the military, which is the total opposite of going to cosmetology school in a lot of ways. A lot of people thought I'd kind of like lost my mind. So I had that going, and then going through just going to school, I didn't know anything. I really didn't. I never applied makeup. I never did nails. I didn't know how to use a flat iron. And there was people there that maybe had some of those things, but not all of them. I had all of those things. And you know, it was mostly females, and I just didn't fit. It was kind of fish out of water situation. And then I had to do that. And then when I went back to the shop, kind of realized that this isn't good enough even for my own shop, in the sense that I'm not being accepted by my barbers because I'm not a barber. So I had to go, because it was important to me to do that. And I've had people ask me before, like, why didn't you just keep that license and just learn barbering? Because at the time I was trying to really like demonstrate that I want to be part of this as equal. So there's no confusion about, oh, you're only this, you can't do the things we do. It's like, no, that's not true, I can do it. So I went to the barber school and also got that license. But by then, I was done with that business relationship and done with that business, so I left and I moved back home. But with 2 licenses, first shop I went to, I just walked in one day and they're like, we're letting you go. And I was, why? Because you're getting complaints about your haircuts.
How did that make you feel?
I was actually pretty devastated that first time because I had never been fired from a job like that. And it wasn't because because I've always been a hard worker, always showed up on time, always been good with those types of things. So to just show up and be fired, I'd never really had that happen before, so I didn't take it that well. And then I found another shop to work in, which actually was the shop at the time I really wanted to be in. And I didn't do very good there either. The guy who was working there, he was very good, couldn't keep up with him, but then there was a lot of weirdness between this person and the owner of the place. So I felt weird about that situation, but one day, same deal. I came in and he was like, look, this isn't working out. You're not gonna be able to keep up with us. So I left that shop, went to another shop, and that was kind of it for me, because I already lost my business and I lost 2 jobs, and I went to this 3rd job, and the guy was just particularly very hard on me. Like before, during, after every kind of service I tried to provide, he was harsh, very critical. So I'd sit in my car in the morning and go, I don't want to go in there. And I would, okay, I'm gonna go in there. And I'd go in, and then it was it was brutal. And then I'd get back to my car to go home and be like, all right, I'm not going back. Until once again, I went in there. He had me come in an hour early, and I was like, I'm getting fired. And then I came in, and he's like,
it's kind of sad when you know the techniques they use to lay you off.
Yeah, when he told me to come in at 8 instead of 9, I was like, I'm getting fired. So I just went in. I shook his hand, left, but I was like, I'm done. I don't want to be a barber anymore.
Then how long did it take you to actually?
It was
start kind of picking it back up again.
Well, I didn't fully let it go. I would just cut hair for friends on the side, or I had an event that I would go to, do free haircuts for vets and stuff, but that was it. And that was almost 2 years, I think, 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, where I wasn't doing this. And I had a friend encourage me to try, give it one more shot. And then the shop I went to after that, that's when it started to work.
And why do you think that worked?
They let me breathe a little bit. I think that was part of it. They let me make some mistakes, and I was appreciative of that because I wasn't trying to. I don't think anybody ever tries to do something wrong, but it's necessary kind of for the journey. Is you're going to mess up. You're not gonna. I always feel bad, if that ever happens, but you learn from your mistakes and you move on. So I felt okay with that. I felt more comfortable. And then I just went really hardcore after the information, because when I started this, barbering wasn't really that cool yet, and there wasn't a lot of information out there to be looked at. And then it all changed with Instagram and social media, and then barbering became very important again. Men's hair became popular again. So all of these videos and pictures and stuff was out there for you to look at and observe, and a lot of it's free, so you could watch and get better.
So what do you think you brought to this shop that you learned along the way?
Oh man, I've been lucky enough to travel to other places. I've been to Scorum in Holland. I've been to Sovel's Barber Shop in the UK. I've been able to go to shows and meet people and talk to them about how they cut hair, and I try to bring all that information here and give it to whoever wants to have it, because that wasn't what I got. There was times where I really wanted to. I think I remember one time for sure where I was like, show me how to do what you're doing, because it's great, but they don't want to do it. It was weird to me. And I never wanted to have a shop like that. If I can teach you something that's going to make you better, even if you leave, which I feel like is inevitable at some point, somebody's going to leave for whatever reason. That's better than keeping everything to myself. Plus, the guys who showed me stuff had to make that same decision. They had to go, I'm not going to hide this, I'm going to give this to you. I mean, you may pay for it, money or whatever, but now that information is yours. But you have to keep that cycle going. And that's how everybody, you know, elevates, gets better. So I like that part of it.
It's more of a collective, what do you call it, growth.
Yeah, I mean, because there's guys that are so good. I mean, if they're willing to teach you what they know, and some of it's just because they've been doing this for so long. I mean, I've met guys that have been doing this 30 years that just, yeah, that amount of experience being given to somebody who's only been doing this 1 year, 5 years, I mean, that's how everybody gets better quicker. And I think that's what I'm seeing now. That's why you're seeing people leave school and they're like already pretty good. So if they keep up with that, they'll take it, like the whole craft goes up. And it's not as hard for everyone. So,
Well,
yeah.
Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for coming in and seeing us. I appreciate it.
And we will definitely be back.
Thank you.